You're listening to Hayes Radio Network, Cannabis Lifestyle Radio.
You might be bad, but are you super bad? Tell me right now.
Yeah. Episode number 3. Let's get this going.
Yep.
Superbadinc presents Coffee Pots.
Oh, yeah. Where we chilling, smoking, drinking,
Thinking.
On the whole 9. Let's go. Let's get it.
So we had all had an interesting week last week. We all went to the MJ BizCon and left nice, beautiful Cali and went to the City of Sin, the LV for MJ BizCon, where they had 35,000 attendees.
35 racks.
And I definitely, like a super ultra pimp, cruised in the day before and got this email as I was driving that said, "Burp, imagine that 30,000 people are going to be registering at the convention center. And if you would like to not be in line for hours, you have a small window to go to the Cosmopolitan or the Sahara." And I think there was like one other spot, and you could swing up to try to find where the fuck in the casino they had the Insta register. And I rolled up and got in that motherfucker and got my badge in like 5 minutes.
Smart move.
Efficiency.
How'd you guys do as far as getting the badge? Was there like a lot of lines for you guys, or did you guys swoop in like pimps too?
You know, I didn't even go the first day. I went the second day for the minority lunch. So I just walked in like right around lunchtime. Nobody was in line.
Wow.
Yeah, so I lucked out, but I was prepared for that long ass line. I was gonna finesse my way in like I did last year.
Really? Was it bad last year though when you got in? It was just outrageous?
It was trash. It was about an hour long wait in all the lines.
Well, I went at 8:30 in the morning, so I was there kind of early.
Oh, yeah, that's
So-
not... On the first day or the second day?
The first day.
On the first day at 8:30. Yeah, you're the early motherfucking riser.
Well, that's me.
I didn't go that late. Getting the nugs ready.
Oh,
The bongs ready.
oh man.
Getting it all ready.
I smoked some bad weed this weekend,
Really?
but today
Bad as in good, or just really actually bad?
it wasn't super bad, I tell you that much.
There you go.
I had to upgrade. Oh,
Back home smoking legal, huh? Drew, you all right over there?
Yeah. Little cannabis infusion.
Yeah.
So yeah, biggest convention of the year. I went the first day,
how was it?
and you know, the crazy thing is, I said to myself, I'm gonna go walk, you know, like not stop at too many people. Just the first day, because I was gonna go every day. So day one plan, I'm gonna walk from the very first aisle up and down the aisles, and time with just a few quick, you know, little stops here and there, maybe 15, 20 different booths out of, 1,500 that were there. Maybe I stopped a little bit first to just kind of take note. Oh, I want to come back to this spot. It took me almost 3.5, 4 hours
Yep.
to just walk up and down the fucking aisles, and you didn't see, not even see anything yet. You know what I mean? So like, it's like, and I was like, holy shit. And then you got to go to parties, meet up with people. I went to a wild meeting after and went to Mabel's Barbecue. Shout out to over at the Palms, one of the best fucking barbecue places.
For real.
For the big ribs, man. Just like everything, just fucking chow down like a savage fucking beast.
1 to 10. Rate.
I'm pretty hardcore on the rib rating restaurants, but I would put it up there as like 8.5, 9.
Pretty good.
definitely like premium quality, great fucking food. And if you go too late, they run out of racks of ribs. So that's how you know the shit's good.
Okay.
So you can't try to swing in right at the end of the night and get no fucking good racks. I made sure we got there at a good time. Sat down, had a meeting, did all that stuff. And then met up with other guys who had investors. So I kind of met up with them to say what's up.
Right.
And then the next day, I get up in the morning and I'm like, feel my legs throbbing, and my fucking top of my legs and shit like that. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to take some CBD pills. I'm going to do the Rome day 2, And I fucking did a couple hours and I just said to my legs and this and my body said, yo, motherfucker, you're done. You're going to make it to the lift line before you fucking collapse, right? And then I'm like, I got to set up for the WoW party, So then I fucking go to the room and I'm like, yo, I need 2 hours. I got 2 hours. I'm trying to fucking just rest, popping CBD, doing dabs, fucking rolling it up in my fucking room and packing shit up to take it all the way downtown and then set up for the WoW Organics party, which we were there till, almost 2 a.m. And then I get back, and then people obviously want to try to hang a little bit more and shit, so that goes down. And then it's the last day, and I get roped in because of people who like didn't get to meet up with me. All of a sudden, on the last day, like, "Hey man, you coming down and this?" And I'm like, "Dude, last day."
Right.
All these people hitting me up.
Long weekend.
So I pushed it to like 1:00. Go roll around. And then I'm like, you know what? After I finish my meetings, I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, call one of my boys, pick me up, and I'm like, let's go to New Woo. Let's go to the fucking
drive-through.
Nah, High Times Cannabis Cup was going on there for 3 days, so I went up to go see my boy. Shout out to Jerome Baker, who won Best Glass at the New Woo High Times First Nevada Cannabis Cup.
OG.
Held in there on the fucking res, and they had a massive thing from Lowell. They had purchased this fucking giant area where they simulated having the restaurant. There was all these cool tables and like fire lamps and this and all this shit. Mm-hmm. And we went to go hit it up, man. They had like dab bars and this and fucking hit up all the different cultivators and people going on that are hanging out up there. And then we went into the New Woo.
Hold on 1 second. Don't they have a consumption lounge?
Oh yeah, they got a lounge up there. This was outside of it. They had these tents and this whole fucking thing outside of the marketplace, but the marketplace is like the biggest motherfucking thing on the planet, and that huge. Okay, right. I don't know biggest because Planet 13 is like the biggest, but let's say second biggest. Okay.
Planet 13 about to have their goons in here. Say what? How many square feet? No.
They got like 40,000 square feet or something. But New Woo is the Indians, man. They're popping, and they got like tons of brands, dabs.
Nice.
They got like all these counters just with glass if you want to buy glass pipes and this and everything else. So it was pretty impressive. And then after that, I went back to my boy's house, thought I was going to pass out, and then he says to me, yo, man, we got to go back out, go to the Palms. And I had just checked out. I just checked out of the Palms. And he's like, where in the Palms? He goes, Palms Place. He's like, there's this penthouse suite. My boys are throwing this fucking party to my boys from Seattle. He goes, you remember them, man, from 20 years ago and shit and everything else. And I'm like, what? No, these guys bought. And I said, oh, fuck, right? And then I know about the security. Yes. I know about the security and how they check everybody's things. So I said, you know what? Thank God I fucking just checked out because I still got my room key. So we just went past the guards, went right up to the penthouse like a fucking pimp, and hung out with that party for a couple hours. And then after that, I was like, bro, we gotta get the fuck out of here. And when I leave, I find out Carlos rolls in to hit the nightcap of this same party in the same penthouse on the last night. And Carlos went into that one. Tell a little bit about when you rolled up and rolled in.
Oh, it was awesome. A lot of people was there. They even had a monkey walking around getting videotaped.
They had a jazz band.
They had a monkey walking around.
They had pulled.
That's the night you tried to get me to come there.
Yeah, exactly.
But when I got there, the fucking shit was shut down. Somebody pulled the fucking fire alarm.
Yeah, really? They had a long ass. long ass joint and everything else. This shit was crazy, but it was off the chain.
There was pulled pork sandwiches.
Yeah, that's
that
what
were
he cared
infused.
about. Yeah,
macaroni
that's all
and
he kept talking about is the pulled pork.
Macaroni and cheese. No, but gourmet, bro. Fucking mac and cheese infused shit. I was eating that stuff. I was like, man, this stuff is super fly beyond bomb. But we realized, because it was our homies, we got there early when it started at like 8:30 and said that by 10:30 we're out of here before it gets packed. And that was just when we started feeling where you couldn't really walk too much in the suite much more, and it was getting kind of packed. And we're like, yo, it's our time to leave. We made our homage to our boys. I had my pulled pork and mac and cheese. I got a whole bunch of CBD samples. I was feeling toasty.
Yes.
And we fucking cruised back.
Yes.
And chilled at my boys, and then I fucking crashed out and then drove back with Carlos the next day. So it was fucking wild.
It was actually great. Shout out to my boy Danny Danko. He was in the house doing his thing, having a good old time. It was a ball. But the whole weekend in general, me and Rico had a ball. Yeah. The things that we experienced together was off the chain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why don't we, Carlos, since I went through my fucking 3 days or whatever, why don't you talk about what you did from start to finish? Let's go through the journey.
You know I don't talk that much, but
a little bit.
I will say this right now.
Down.
I will say this right now.
Sweating, walking around the show saying,
yeah. I mean,
God damn, this I'm fucking wow.
I mean, the show, the show in general, man, I was a tired motherfucker the whole weekend. A lot of people, like I said, I saw him. But in general, right now, I got a contact high. Andrew's a funny-looking motherfucker right now.
Let's talk about the party you went to with Rick Ross and stuff. And Snoop-a-Doop. And Snoop-a-Doop getting some of the cushy from you.
The Snoop party was off the chain. That was on Tuesday.
Shout out to the dog father.
Yeah, shout out to him. Of course, we had that Gigi in the house. The next day after that, which was Wednesday, went to the Rick Ross party. Me and Rico, we had a good time.
Okay, boss.
Yeah, definitely did it big that night. Tell me a little bit about what we did, Rick.
Oh, man. So, I mean, you want me to start at my beginning?
Let's talk about your beginning, your weekend.
So this is my, shout out Snoop. This is my 4th MJ BizCon. I went in there in that bitch like a Scud missile. With my purpose, I get in, get the fuck out, because Vegas is a trap, just like Andrew just said. It's so hard to leave. Got in early on Tuesday, got a couple meetings in, and then hit up the parties. Like Tuesday night, hit up the first couple parties. Went to 3 parties the first night.
Break down each one.
Maybe about 30, 45 minutes at each of those.
And let's talk about where it was, what it was, and how many people you saw at it.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
I'm looking at my calendar because the shit escapes me.
You got the analytics.
I got the analytics. All right, so we went to the. It's not even on there. I went to the opening ceremony. Mixer, I guess. The MJ Mixer. I forget who was actually hosting that one first. And then next, I went to my homies. I should have been prepared for this.
Was it the Cannabis Business Awards you went to?
Not the first one. The actual... No, I didn't go to that shit. And everybody was telling me, oh, why weren't you in the awards? And I was like, I'm gonna fucking go to the award show, man.
Unless you get the award.
I know, if I didn't get a fucking award, why the fuck am I gonna get an award show? If I'm not hosting a motherfucking award.
I ain't getting no motherfucking award. Why am I wasting my time at an award show for some other motherfuckers?
Oh, man.
Right. If I'm not getting, I mean,
but if it was the Emmys, though, or some baller like the Grammys and shit.
Oh, yeah, that's different.
Right, so, yeah, we went to the MGO, and then, MGO party.
What was that? What does MGO stand for?
I really don't know. I know they're cannabis accounting. Shout out to Evan Enneman.
Marijuana Ganja organization.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Shout out to the MGO.
Shout out to Evan Eneman and over
that
there.
Motherfucker.
Was it Verde Capital?
All right.
Yeah, they're doing some big things over there. Also went to the Minority Cannabis Business Association. Went to their mixer as well.
And how was that?
It was actually pretty dope.
How many people showed up at that?
That one was I'd say about 100 people.
Okay, nice.
The first one, the MGO LO one, that was kind of like button up shit. I was definitely out of place.
In what way? Explain.
See what I'm wearing right now? That's what I was wearing.
Okay, and everybody was all dressed up, super fucking snazzy tight.
Yes.
I got you.
And then we went to the.
But when you're suave, you just rolling like a suave pimp, and nobody even realizes what's happening.
But see, when I put the blazer on, I'm Mr. Suave. You know what I'm saying? I transform.
That's all you need.
I'm like I'm like Dark Kent. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
you don't need the glasses though.
Right. And then we went over there and kicked it in the at Caesars. The first night, shout out to my man Arman from I know him from Golden Leaf. He has a Logic kit. He has this new tech platform I'm trying to check out. He said it would be excellent. So Arman, from OG from Golden Leaf. He has a couple dispensaries, a couple products as well. Shout out to him, and I connected with Mary Pryor as well. Can Occlusive. Shout out to Can Occlusive. Shout out to Mary. Over there, we definitely got to do some stuff this year, connecting to the coasts. She's representing New York. She's one of the most powerful women in the game. She's doing some dope shit. And big shout out to her. Talk about connecting on the Canna Gather side, and then also bringing a lot of the heavy hitters in cannabis together. On Wednesday, and that's when I actually, Wednesday, I actually went in there and walked the floor a little bit. That was my first time, bruh. I went like three hours. I was going live, and I maybe made it through that one section. You know, the new section that they have in there. Maybe made it through there. Like the last 30 minutes, I was just like going fast.
Right.
I couldn't. Here's the thing: the difference between this year and last year. Nobody really knew who I was because behind the scenes last year.
Sure.
This year, I couldn't go like 4 booths without people trying to talk to me and all this shit. I'm just trying to show people at home everything. So I apologize to everybody. I didn't get y'all a good look, but it was good. Everybody's showing love.
It is what happens.
Everybody's showing love.
It's good being popular then, right?
What it is.
It's weird. It's weird. It's still weird. So yeah, we went to on Wednesday. Ended up going to Grasslands.
They always
So we connected.
they always have some good events and parties.
Yo, it was. Went to Grasslands. Went to the Golden Key party. Shout out.
Okay, so how many people went to Golden Key?
Golden Key probably had about 150.
Okay.
150.
Okay, so that's kind of the revamp guys who
It was 100.
did the dope industry party, right? The dope
Yeah.
one. Shout out to them.
Right.
David Tran.
Right. It was 100 people actually. They gave out 100 keys, but it was like staff as well.
Sorry about that.
No, you good?
You got some GG.
Yeah, I got too much
Cross with
glue in the throat.
Can I get some of that? Can I get some of that? Click action. A bit.
Little lighter.
Yes, please. And then where we go? Did we go straight to Rick Ross after that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it was
once we left Grassland.
Oh yeah.
And you gave Snoop some of the GG.
Oh yeah.
All day, every day.
So.
And shout out to Big Percy. He was there at the event. And his fly clothing store.
Did he have a jumpsuit on?
In the Boulevard
Does
Mall.
Percy ever not have a jumpsuit on?
In the Las Vegas Boulevard Mall.
That day, I think he had a jumpsuit on. Yeah.
There's never a day that Percy doesn't have a jumpsuit on. Shout out to Percy.
I have to interject in something that I saw today that blew my mind.
What's that?
I have to give a massive shout out to Cardi B.
Shout out to Cardi B.
Cardi B for her boy or her fucking, I don't know if it's husband, baby daddy.
It's a little bit of both.
Whatever it was as a mixture. Felt that since he has everything else on the planet, she literally gave him $500,000 in cash. And you watched him open up this refrigerator with $500,000 in cash, and she's like, "Yo, spend it, this, whatever." Man, what a cool treating the baby daddy, whatever, boyfriend, husband, whatever the fuck it is. That is just some pimp status fucking gift right there. That just mind blowing was unbelievable.
Jasmine, I love you, baby. Where's my 500 racks? I gave you a baby.
Oh man.
Right? That's some fucking high money sperm right there, right?
Hey, shout out to Cardi B. Shout out to Fashion Nova.
Yeah.
shout out to Offset for real. That's a come up. You
Shout
got
out to QC.
You got a winner. Quality control all day. Grasslands, and we went to where was that? Mandalay Bay.
Yes.
Yeah, went to Rick Ross.
Yes.
Saw everybody was in there, man. Everybody was in there. We were
Give me the rundown.
Yeah, we were VIP'd up. We ran into Jamie Pearson from Bang, the whole Bang crew. We got settled with my man Herb, Big Herb LV. Shout out to Herb. What up, Herb? He had us over there with my man Keith in his section over at Canopy. Shout out to them. Big Al was in there. Al Harrington was in there.
Oh, nice.
The whole Viola family.
Yeah, the whole Viola. Shout out to Viola, Purple Pride. Who else was in there? Everybody was in there, pretty much.
It was nice. That night.
We gotta get Al because he lives in the area.
He lives right around the corner.
Literally.
Literally.
And I have a cell too, but he doesn't really answer back to me because we ain't that friendly yet. But if
we'll
you
get him
guys
all
do,
in
you
there.
should have
We'll
him
get him
pop
in here.
here.
We'll get him
Cruise
on.
right over.
I already talked to him about the show. I'm calling you out, Al.
Hell yeah.
I already talked about the show. He says he's down.
Good.
So he'll be on here.
Nice.
Yeah, that night was lit.
Yeah.
That night was
Definitely
lit. We had a good time that night.
That was a night that you had like 10 bottles going.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
It might have been 11, though. It might have been 11.
Yeah,
I lost count.
You know how we do it.
I did all the bottles. The bottles.
Yes.
So Thursday morning, that's when I actually walked the floor. Went out and walked the floor after the Wake and Bake brunch. I did that with Meadow. Shout out to David Hua. ASAP Rocky came through.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It was dope.
And how many people were at the brunchy?
People were coming in and out. I would say it was over at Hash, whatever like the capacity was. We were past it. I'd say about 100 when I was in there.
And ASAP rolls through something like that. Even with 100 people in there and shit. How wild is that? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking random.
Wow.
Just
and
random.
what, does he want to get into cannabis or shit already, or what's the deal?
Everybody does. I believe that cannabis is like the new rap. You know, like all the athletes want to get into cannabis. Just like all the athletes used to want to be rappers back in the day. And all the rappers used to want to be athletes. Now all the rappers want to be in cannabis too.
Everybody want to be in cannabis, but everybody thinks it's easy to get in cannabis.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks it's easy to stay in cannabis.
Right. Neither.
Exactly.
Neither are easy. So best thing to do if you are trying to get in is learn a little bit about the culture, learn a little bit about the actual plant, the backing of it, the politics behind it, and you get a better understanding of why the struggle is the way it is right now and why the history must be preserved.
Now,
right?
now I'll tell you, and we'll get into more about the parties and the one that we were at. The one thing I did notice the most is going up and down those booths and up and down those booths.
Right.
It was a lot of agriculture, lights,
right,
software,
right,
tech.
Yes.
There was very minimal cultivators who actually make the bud. There were very minimal producers and brands, which in Cali, there's a multitude, thousands that make millions that could throw down 30, 40,000, whatever they want on a fucking booth and show up there. Why out of 1,500 booths, there wasn't any really cannabis companies? Like true about the bud or this or that, except for a handful.
Because everybody does it a different way, in my opinion.
When it's the biggest show and investment and money of the year, all those brands who were there at some point throughout those years were there.
They went to the cup, man. They're like, fuck that.
They went to the Emerald Cup because this is the thing. How stupid were you to put your show in December and then, if anything, try to compete against the most which in the cannabis industry is the most, in my opinion, coolest and most fun event of the whole fucking year is the Emerald Cup.
It really is.
It really ends the year in this holiday thing. And I honestly believe that anyone that tries to compete against them in the state of California is just not going to end up doing anything, let alone Nevada. You know?
Well, I think that really goes to show how clueless about the California market people are from outside of California.
Sure.
Like, so my experience when I was with Baker Technologies, they were based in Denver, right? They really couldn't get into the California market because they didn't value putting somebody out here. I was the first boots on the ground out here, and they were not successful before. You see that time and time again. Companies from outside, Dixie is another one, right? Companies from outside of California try to come in here, and they don't do well because they don't understand the culture. It's so different. The things that we value is so different.
I agree.
And that's why so many companies from outside fail. You gotta have boots on the ground. You gotta have people who know the culture, who know the history, and want to actually experience things a different way than that bullshit that you want. You know what I'm saying? So before people just automate absolutely everything, California cannabis culture will live on.
Let me see that lighter.
Because it actually has soul.
I agree.
You go to other ones, they don't have soul. There is no soul to California cannabis.
It's been medical here 20 years.
23.
Free reign.
Yes.
Before regulation.
Right.
There's no one on the planet. And fifth largest economy, the state of California.
Yes.
In the world.
Yes.
Bigger than UK, European market. This fifth biggest economy in the world. So you can take Colorado and Oregon and Washington.
Yep.
And Montana.
Yep.
Correct.
And all these recreational states and put them all together.
And
you still don't have enough comparably to the amount of cannabis consumers and buyers and people that live in the wonderful state of California.
Teach these devils.
We are the epicenter.
Yes, we are.
Of the world.
The motherfucker.
Yes.
There is no land mass with that many millions of people on the world.
Hell no.
That had that much history with cannabis.
Nobody.
Nope.
California love, baby.
We're a full adult grown human age worth of some kind of legalization.
That's true.
No more endo, gin and juice. I'm on my way to Chino, rolling on the Grey Goose, Jacko from head to toe. 25 with an Izzel with nowhere to gizzo. I know them niggas from the other side recognize my face cause it's the OG, Eagle Double G, LBC. Mad dogging niggas cause I don't care. Red jumpsuit with 2 braids in my hair. Niggas stare as I enter the center.
Yeah. So shout out to the OG Wow Organics party.
Wow Organics.
They pulled a few thousand people.
You know what's some bullshit though?
What?
Dave Tran.
What happened? What do you mean?
He made his event the same night.
And what was his event?
It was called Dream.
It was really called Dream? Seriously?
I shit you not. I went to the wrong party. Like, no joke. Look at this shit. Do
you think other people did that too?
It was Dream House.
Oh, I heard about Dream House. Yeah, I heard about that.
So I thought I was going to Wow Organic shit, and I just put Dream in there. It took me to this shit.
No, yeah, the Dream House competed after, but how many people showed up to his event? Do you have any idea?
It wasn't that many.
Really?
I was there. I went to the wrong one.
Yeah, so how many was there? How many was there if you had to guess?
Shout out Dave. Shout out Dave Tran.
But still, if you had to guess.
Yo, it was, when I was in there.
Guess.
About 40. About 40.
40?
It's about 40.
Wow, okay.
In his defense, I was there a little earlier. I thought it was going to be at
earlier,
Wow
not
Organic
whatever,
shit.
but
it wasn't that bad.
The Wow Organics party had a few thousand for sure.
Yeah.
There was,
it did.
if you count upstairs, downstairs, outside,
Right.
everywhere. There was a lot of motherfuckers.
But I went before there. Was Curaleaf shit. Shout out to Jason White. He's doing some dope shit over there.
Nice. How many people were at that bad boy?
When I was leaving, it was still growing, and it was maybe at 200.
Nice.
When I was leaving.
Nice.
Good
Now,
number.
High Times had a few thousand. They had to at their shit.
Yeah, there was a
They had
line when we left.
They had the Brooklyn Bowl.
Yeah.
And they had George Clinton and the P Funkadelic playing, so you can't top something
yeah.
like that.
I got too lit to go to that shit.
No, yeah.
That's
Shout
the
out
day I went to
High Times.
sleep.
Dream.
6:30 I went to sleep.
My
Done.
biggest fear was Dream was going against High Times. If High Times wasn't the same night as the Dream Wow Party, they would have had 3,000 or more people for sure.
Right.
It was done well enough with enough space for everybody to fucking hang out and have a good
Right.
time. And the food trucks had some good shit. There's a huge outside area and an inside area, and then a VIP thing upstairs.
That
So,
shit was fun.
yeah, it was a lot of
It was
fun.
fun.
It's a cool space, a big space for people to scout out to know. Oh, I could hold something like this down here. Was pretty tight.
Oh shit.
What happened?
Yo, so I was rapping with Debo earlier on in the day.
My boy Debo.
Yes,
yeah, I
was
remember. Yeah, I rode by him too.
Yes, I was rapping with them. So shout out to Debo. Debo said he wants to do some shit with us. So I'm gonna get him on the show.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
I'm gonna get Debo on here. So he's rocking with Pineapple Express.
Yep.
And he was telling me I'm gonna be a Dream later on.
Yeah, he didn't come.
He's just like, look.
He didn't come though. I don't think he ended up showing.
Yes, he did.
Remember, it was
did?
two
No,
dreams.
and somebody has some iconic photos of Debo. I have some of him, but yo, after I took my photos, like me and my homeboys were rapping, then I turned around again, and these performers that they had, these body performers,
Yeah.
there's like two very, very, very like feminine looking ones
Sure.
in like G-strings and fishnets,
Uh-huh.
and they were doing some kind of thing on the ground, gyrating and stuff. And Debo was behind them, looking like with his arms crossed, just like that. Somebody got a picture head on with Debo flexing in these two very, very, very like gay sex simulation type deals are
Wow.
right underneath him.
And did it upset him?
No, he didn't notice. Like they didn't notice because
that's
they weren't.
funny.
It wasn't meant.
What time did you
to
roll with
happen.
him? What time did you roll with him there? Or what time was it?
I was there. I got there around like 10.
Wow, that's so crazy. I was upstairs and I didn't see you guys.
Yeah,
I didn't
you were
even go
upstairs
down at all.
and I didn't
And
even realize upstairs was going on.
I already went outside a few times looking over just to kind of aerial how many people were
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And cruised every once in a while downstairs. That's how I knew there was at least 1,500.
Yeah.
Because you could count in chunks.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
People, so there was a great amount of people. I just wish it would have had you guys come up because we had the whole station set up. He could have sat with us. It would have been funny as fuck.
But you know what? The universe makes no mistakes.
Yeah, he's got to come on here.
Yeah.
We good.
But
Shout out.
That's great. We got a lot of guests around the corner that are going to be coming in
Oh hell
to
yeah.
the studio for sure. They have no excuse when it's like 20 minutes away.
No,
Right.
not at all.
We got some shit in the next couple weeks. Got some big ones coming in.
Oh, I got to interject on some news I found out.
What you got?
Lowell Cafe, they changed themselves to OG Cannabis Cafe.
Yeah.
Thought maybe because they got bought out or some kind of cool thing like that. But I hear it's because the state of California just sued Lowell Cafe and went after them for having unregulated weed and shit like that. How stupid can you be when you were one of the fucking 8 picked ever and are like becoming on legendary status, booked 9 months in a row in this and do anything stupid that could jeopardize your license is the dumbest thing on the planet.
You better cross every T and dot every I. You think that you are not going to be under a microscope?
Oh yeah.
Like, come on. You don't think that the law enforcement is going to be watching every step? Come on, man.
Every step of the Wizzy.
Come on.
It's been all over the news, so
Hopefully it turns out to be
man.
not true, but it's not looking so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could they lose their West Hollywood license?
They could.
They could, right?
Yeah. Very easily to be made an example.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's where it's going.
Mm-hmm. When you're the first, you can't be the worst. You know what I'm saying?
When you're the first, you can't be the worst.
Nah, man.
I like that shit. That's funny. So, Carlos, let's talk about, aside from the wild after party things that you were rolling to as the social butterfly that you are, what else did you roll around and do, or did you see anything that actually caught your eye or interest, or did you roll into any homies? I know. Let's give a shout out to our boys at Nuggle.
Shout out Ali,
hanging out
Nuggle.
with our boys.
Yeah,
Easy,
definitely.
little easy.
A little Nuggle Ronius.
Yeah,
E3.
Nuggle. It's all good with Nuggle. Really, it was really about brand building and connecting the dots with a lot of people I hadn't seen. To let everybody know in 2020, we had a big year for everybody. I'm pretty sure in cannabis.
Hell yeah.
Definitely all the brands that I own will definitely be making a big mark this year.
Why don't you talk about the brands you own, man? What brands do you own?
For one, I own superbadinc.
Tell us about superbadinc.
superbadinc is a lifestyle tech cannabis company. Yeah.
Tech. That's unique.
Yeah. The reason we came up with Superbad was, in general, anytime you use the word super, it can be used in all sorts of ways.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. So, Super Rico,
Super Rico.
Super High, Super Cat,
Super
Super
Lows.
whatever you think. Super Lows,
Super Lows.
Super Andrew, Super Super. You know, it goes with anything. So, when you're smoking on something, right? And if it's good, you say, "Damn, that's super bad," right?
Oh, hell yeah!
There you go. So that's what made us have the perfect name.
Love it, love it, love it. That's crazy.
So,
shout out to Superbad brand.
Yeah, GG Strands, formerly
GG
known
Strands
as Gorilla Glue,
GG
own that company as well.
Yes, he does.
And let's talk about the strains that you brought to the party and to some of the rappers and hip hop artists during the MJ BizCon.
Oh yeah.
I believe you brought 3 special strains. Let's talk about what
for
they
one,
were.
we brought the I Do Glue.
I do glue. Okay.
That's a new one.
And I believe that's named after yourself, Mr. Do.
Well, my name is Carlos Do. What you think?
So dedicated to the man who owns the strain.
Yes, the man owns a strain, or is it 2 strains? Or is it 3?
It's multiple.
It's multiple, but
that's one of them.
Shout out to Josie Wells, one of the greater breeders of all time.
Josie Wells.
Yes.
And what was number 2?
GG5.
The GG5, which I remember seeing that one, and that one was the one that was the most recognizable to me.
Right. It's an upgrade of GG4.
Yeah. We'll slide to the 5.
Yeah. Glucci.
Okay.
Glucci.
Yeah.
Glucci.
Yeah.
And
Glucci.
okay.
Sister Glue.
Sister Glue.
Sister Glue is for all the women out there in the industry.
Aphrodisiac.
Yes, they need a strand for themselves.
Oh.
So we came up with Sister Glue.
Sister
So
glue.
you had four different ones.
And then we got the original glue.
Is it
and then
sister
the OG glue.
Yeah.
Is it sister with the R or is it sister with the A?
It's with the R.
With R.
Sister Glue.
Sister glue.
Yes.
Multicultural.
Yes. And then
Multicultural
we also
glue.
got
Yeah, we gotta make sure.
Las
People are
Vegas
getting glued up. It
purple
can be
put-
any motherfucker around the world, right?
Drew.
Yeah.
We also got Las Vegas Purple Kush.
Okay, Las Vegas Purple Kush.
Yes, got to give a shout out to
Nice.
Las Vegas.
LVPK.
It's all about having dual. It's all about having dual
LVPK.
residency.
Gonna be smoking the LVPK.
Hey, got you gonna be smoking that LVPK.
Yeah. And of course, Superbad Brand. That's where it all started. So now Superbad Brand is doing a lot of consulting. Every time I'm called about something, I'm doing consulting for somebody.
Sure.
It's with Superbad Brand.
Yes.
Yep.
Shout out
That's
to
the original
Superbad brand.
Yeah.
I got the Cannabis Babes out here. They said they want to see what's up with the Superbad brand.
Oh.
So shout out to
Shout out.
the Cannabis Babes out there from Long Beach.
They might have to roll
Well,
in on
actually-
the episode then.
We got to let them come in
Let 'em
because
come
we
in.
do have the super baddies.
We do have the super baddies. So I think the Cannabis Babes need to come up here, flex a little bit, tell us what you're all about, get you on here, talk that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about the super bad.
So
Connecting with the people.
Since we're going to be all taking off next week for the holidays and the Christmas holiday
And the Hanukkah.
and the Hanukkah for all my Hebrews out there
And the Kwanzaa.
and the Kwanzaa for all my Kwanzaas out there.
Yes.
And what else? And then all the other ones that are going around the world for New Year's, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So I'll be going to the Vertical Christmas party.
Vertical Christmas party.
Yeah.
And
Tell us
where's
about that.
And where's that going to be?
It'll be in Agora Hills.
Unknown location.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
unknown location. But it will be in Agora Hills. And you're already coming. You already know you're coming.
I'm by there. I live
Andrew,
by there.
Okay, you're actually invited as well. So
Thank
we're
you.
good
And
then.
when is that? What date? So I know for the calendar.
It's on the 23rd.
Okay.
Okay.
So that works.
We can make that happen.
Yes.
And
tell me what you got going.
And are there going to people going to be smoking? Is it one of those type of events, or is it just kind of like a Christmas party, or what is it?
It'll be a Christmas party, but it also will be, some
very executive type,
executive party.
a little bit dressed up, a little bit more.
Yeah.
But no, you don't have to get too out of control.
No.
Little California cashy dress,
Yeah, everybody's laid back.
Yeah.
a little blazer, some jeans, and the fucking
No shirt.
yeah. That's some real suave, Rico, right there.
Just no shirt, blazer. You know what I'm saying?
That brings you back to Miami Vice, fucking in the '80s and shit. Get out of the Lamborghini with the gold chain and the fucking
Cocaine on your left nostril.
Shout out to Ty Kaplan.
Shout out to cocaine.
Shout out to Smoke Wallen.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
It sure is. Man.
Rick James, bitch.
Oh man.
What you got going, Rick?
Hey, brother. Holiday. Me and Jazzy J. We're going back to the Las Vegas. Yeah. We're going back to Las Vegas.
That's good.
Yeah, remember we talked about last week.
Yeah.
Turkey buffet dinner.
Turkey buffet dinner.
Oh, yeah. At the Bellagio, you should go.
I can't even eat turkey.
What do you mean?
I have gout.
Oh, no.
So
explain that for
turkey leads
the layman.
to
A layman.
So gout is when your kidneys can no longer really break down uric acid. So a lot of foods that are high in purines, I can't eat anymore. Red meat, red wine. I can't drink beer anymore. Cauliflower, believe it or not. Asparagus, it's like some regular random ass foods.
So when we're talking about being not even like chopped meat, so no tacos, nothing like that.
None. I can do pork.
But you do Mexican, get at least with the beans and the vegetarian, a little bean and cheese, a little sour cream, or is that?
I don't even fuck with dairy no more.
Oh, no dairy.
You know what's crazy? I haven't worked out in over a year, and I'm really not that bad shape. You know, I'm not in good shape, but changed my diet totally. I'm a pescatarian now.
Yeah.
So
I'm a
That's what's up.
bonkatarian.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You eat the hell out of that smoke.
So I was telling Carlos, which I've never done for years and years and years. My one boy says I got this fire weed. Charges me more than what he said he was going to do, but I was like, fuck it, it's the holiday. And drive almost 2 hours to roll. And pick up some Mac. Some of the Miracle Alien cookies. And the shit was fire, but I would never pay what I paid, nor drove almost 3.5, 4 hours back and forth just to get a sack of weed. But the travels, at least, it was pretty high in THC. Almost like in the 30s and shit.
So it was worth it in the end.
In the end, it was worth it.
Cool.
In the end, it was worth it. We got another homie that rolled into the super bad when we throw my man on the line.
Yes.
Say what's up.
Say what's up, my man on line one. Say what's up.
What's up with it? How y'all doing?
Where you calling in from?
Made it into the studio to hang with
in the
us.
studio.
I got my man Jay Ross in the motherfucking building with us.
What's up with it?
the
Jay
man,
Ross.
the artist, the incredible human being,
Thank you.
the kind person,
Try
the
to
man himself, son of legendary Rick Ross as well.
Hell yeah. We've had your dad on the studio.
nice.
Good to have you out,
before.
brother. Good to have you out.
Yeah, it's good to be out. Good to be alive, breathing, and trying to impact this world.
Shout
Hell yeah.
out to living.
Well, not trying to, impacting. 'Cause,
Did you get to go to the
I'm seeing
MJ? Did you go to the MJ BizCon? Did you end up rolling down to Vegas?
Nah, I didn't make it. I was gonna go with my dad, but he had to go to Detroit for some social equity program stuff that we're working on out there
Oh, nice.
with the mayor and a few people that we're working with. And his flight got back like super late, and the event that we were gonna possibly attend, we ended up not going, so we just scratched everything and just went to work on our stuff. We got a launch tomorrow.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was because I'd seen on Instagram and stuff where it's the LA Kingpin brand is what you guys are launching.
Yeah, so basically
You can tell us about that? Tell us about the brand.
we're doing a launch every time a shop purchases from us.
And what is it? What products you guys making? Let's break that down, and maybe what kind of strains are flavored, or what was inspired with the name LA Kingpin. You know what I mean? Is that a tribute to your dad?
Well, yeah,
and what he's done, in his own legendary way.
My dad's story is a very, very large story with multiple brands and multiple outcomes to it. So that he was a kingpin.
Sure,
And he
absolutely,
was LA's kingpin.
Yeah.
And we're playing off of that for sure.
Sure.
With the LA Kingpins.
I mean, of course you want to make something relatable to you as an individual, or it's not really real of a brand, right? If all of a sudden, let's be honest, if all of a sudden he comes out with his first brand and it was very PC and social equity conscious, you know what I mean? Do you really think he'd get the true homage to every motherfucker in the streets who really will actually go into a shop probably and support him and fucking buy a cart just to try it?
Well, I think it's all about just the support systems. It's not really about, what it is or, what kind of, how you do it. It's just the support and what you put, good people support each other, So if you good, you're putting out good stuff for people and they support it no matter what way you're doing it.
Sure.
So just the names and, the support is what we looking for, There are going to be other brands that come from us.
Sure.
Outside of LA Kingpins.
Yeah.
LA Kingpins is one of our family members' company that stepped up.
Nice.
They stepped up
Sure.
and was like, this is my brand, and Rick, can you stand behind me with it? And my dad said, yep, I sure will. And the rest of us standing up, supporting it. And
let's talk about what kind of strains and shit. Like, you got hybrid, sativa, indica. Let's break some shit down. What's available?
Yeah, so there's 4 strains that are going to be available. 2 indicas, a hybrid and a sativa. Those are the opening strains.
Are you going to reveal, or can you reveal what the genetics are that you picked, or is it kind of like, this is our blend, it's kind of proprietary, and that's what's up? You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you, one is a King Louis, a Purple Punch, an OG.
Okay, the Purple Punch is fire. I love the taste of that shit.
Purple Punch is fire.
Very, very flavorful.
I like the purple.
Sweet tasting.
I heard about Purple from the Bay Area. I'm from LA. I'm born and raised. And in LA, we don't smoke perp, we don't smoke grapes.
Well, because that was old school. I mean, back in the day when perps first came out, everybody was smoking the perps. I mean, your dad and shit probably smoking perps, you know what I mean? But
you ain't smoking perp, you
but
a twerp.
But back then,
Nah,
It
but
was-
now
it was
now we
all
want the
about-
purple in the weed.
It was
you know,
all about
that's good weed.
It was all about the grape because it brought in that sweet type
That-
shit.
Yeah, that,
But then everybody made it where if it didn't look purple, it didn't matter about the taste. That we weren't going to buy it or smoke it, and that's where it got all fucked up.
And that grape ape.
Yo, shout out my boys created the Grape Ape. That was
Nice.
one of the most
It was one of-
crystally
It was so
flavorful.
delicious.
hey, that ape, that helped make a lot of new strains.
Absolutely.
You know, I like it's like the primary colors.
It was like the Urkel crossed with the Urkel with something else and shit. My
Right.
boys all fucking up in Northern Cali, apothecary and a bunch of genetics and shit like that. And Eddie
Right.
Lap
It's so rare.
all had some crazy shit up there.
It's so rare now to find those beautiful exotic strains when they were just random and they were just so abundant back in the day. Like maybe like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
like 2-3 years ago, it was you had so much better selection when you go into a dispensary. Now you see like maybe like 4 or 5 strains, and the rest are all derivatives of those as well.
But you know what I realized is like they're doing like the cannabis culture, like they've been doing everything, politics, religion,
Right.
and everything, where they're turning it into sex and, you know, sets. Like people are like, oh yeah, I'm with them, and you know, like
Oh, sex.
Like, you know.
they're turning into sex.
sets, like you know, like oh, I'm these people. Like I had a guy, like he's like, oh yeah, he was just talking, and he's like, I only smoke Marathon. Like, bro, you don't
right.
only smoke Marathon, bro. Like,
Right.
why are you acting like that? Like, why are you trying to spread that energy? Because
Get that bullshit out my face.
That shit, somebody pick up that shit, and then
I only
enough
smoke
people pick
GG4.
it up, and then it spread, you know,
So-
and
so-
that's what's happening.
So what you basically saying is so much politics in the game now that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, it's like politics and like, you know, it's like, you know, the corps come in, and like the corps, you know, when they come in, obviously those corps got politicians behind them, you know, and then, you know, people fold and roll over and they settle for shit, you know, and then we all suffer for it.
Right. Because
You
the
know?
lobbyists and everything else that comes along with that whole thing,
Yep.
pushing their own agenda.
Exactly. They get, you know, you got a year program going on where it's supposed to be for our people, and then one guy just got 80,000 off of this, you know, and he wasn't supposed to get that. He's already getting paid somewhere else, but you know, they're using the politics, and they're using these so-called authorities to, you know, persuade and push their ways
Right.
in and divide the culture to where it is, you know, where you got people like not wanting to explore, you know, experiment with the different, you know.
You see,
So how do we stop that?
So hold on a
see-
second. So break that down because I'm a little bit
Yeah.
confused. Explain that to me a little bit better.
Well,
That what you're saying is that not only is somebody getting a break because of social equity, because they deserve not having as much money to compete with these big corporations. What you're saying is, aside from the benefits and getting that license, which is worth a hell of a lot of money, you're saying they're getting all these random extra kickbacks and other things that they're not supposed to get? Or what do you mean?
no, I'm saying like the politicians, the people that the people that don't want social, they don't want
okay.
cannabis to be a culture.
Sure.
They
I
want
got
it
you.
to be.
Big Pharma.
We know cannabis as a culture is still an industry. Even back when it was a traditional market, it was still a culture.
right.
You know, but now they're trying to convert it from just like they were saying, separate state and religion, separate. And now they're trying to separate cannabis and culture and turn it into like this.
Sure.
Not on the, you know,
Mass-produced bullshit.
on the you know, the consumer side, they don't see this shit. They see
Sure.
like, you know, pretty weed coming out and
Yeah.
you know, all these new companies
Sure.
coming up, but on the backside, we see what's going on. We see big companies, you know, trying to do everything they can to survive because politics are getting involved, you know, or these big investors.
But I'm gonna interject just a little bit. That shit happens in every other industry.
I know.
Like, what makes motherfuckers think it's not gonna happen here? And this might piss some people off. Yeah. But answer that.
What's up, Dad?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a little. People might get pissed at me for saying this, but it happens in every other industry. And
all right, can you send me the address?
even
Can you text me the address?
if
I'm
it
on a
happens in
radio
this industry,
interview right
I would
now.
rather.
But yeah,
If cannabis as an industry is bought, I would rather it be bought by somebody that looks like us.
That's the big OG, so we don't have a problem with you picking up the phone.
of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. He just invited me. He just invited me to a party. I'm actually, stepping up, trying to, I'm really stepping up to the table, to the plate. And I'm doing this business development. I'm going to be around my dad as much as possible, picking his brain, developing them new brands, and trying and getting those people, like Rico said. You know, we are those people.
Yes.
All we have to do is get together and think, and we can cover all those issues that we were talking about. The cultures not being one, like we can be those that fix that.
Well, you always got this as a platform, so
Right.
And that's why I love Rico.
Right.
Like, Rico has been opening all these doors for me.
Love you too, brother.
Plugging me with everything. He's been giving me work, giving me, knowledge, giving me, insight, exploring, like opening up his life to me, so
Yeah.
I can see where I could want to be, or, where I've been, and so on and so forth. So, like I really appreciate it, and
I appreciate you as a person, bro.
Thank you.
Like when I met you, I was like, yo, you just a cool ass dude. I was like, you ever want to roll? You ever want to roll with us? Like, come on, man. I need some people. I'd rather have some people. Not only that I know, but some people that are that look like me.
Hell
Be
yeah.
out there, you know.
Yeah.
Like we do a lot of stuff.
Canna Gather
OC as well. It's a totally different crowd out there. You have a lot of like Caucasian in suits and shit. But I'm always gonna have what I see as a mirror of my friend base, the people that I care about. I got black folks. I got Asians with us. I got white people. They all roll. I got to roll, right?
Exactly. 'Cause that's what
weed does. It brings everybody together.
in the Bible it says that we are, or at first we were all one, and then when we were all one, we started acting all crazy and shit. So we got separated into different groups, and then those groups, they complemented each other, and then in another section they ended up starting to point the fingers at each other. So now we need to get back into that point where we are complimenting each other as a people, as a person, as a human being, and then we'll end up becoming that one again that we once were, before we got separated into different languages and tongues and, all that.
What's the Instagram for the LA Kingpins, and people want to check out more about the product and the event?
Yeah.
So LA Kingpins is the Instagram and the Twitter and the Facebook. It's spelled out LAKINGPINS, and it's really simple. We try to keep it plain and easy. Just like the freeway, it's just freeway right across the board. You got freewayricky.com is where you can get all our merchandise, sweaters, T-shirts.
Where did the nickname Freeway come from?
So my dad told the story to, like, I've heard him say it on a few interviews. I set up a couple of them. But in LA there's a bunch of Ricks and so on, and he stayed over there on 87th and close to the freeway. So when people, they be talking in the streets like, yo, Rick? And, hey, which Rick? The one that stayed by the freeway. And I'm like, oh, yeah. So, when my dad started getting popping and, people started talking about him more, they saying, the freeway, Rick that stayed by the freeway started getting too long. They're talking about him all the time. Everybody don't want to keep saying, yo, the Rick that stay by the freeway. So they just, say, Freeway Rick. But he says that the media is the ones that basically pushed it. Like, my dad never called himself. He never walked up to you and said, hey, yeah, I'm Freeway Rick. Like, he never did that. He just said, I'm Rick Ross. Like, so the freeway came from the media hype and, all those people that, they wanted to, they were trying to hide the story and cover it up, but they exposed it and exposed themselves for what they were. And I laugh. I was just talking to some Fashion Nova models, right? And I'm like, I
was just talking to these models, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm talking to them, right? And I'm like, I be paying attention to this new music that they be coming out with, and back in the day,
what kind of music is it?
Rap and the rappers, really. 'Cause I listen to country music. I love music. I don't care about what kind of music it is.
What's your favorite artist right now?
I don't have a favorite artist because I don't pick. No, I'm not.
What do you like to listen to in the country?
Really, I just
give me some stuff. I
mean,
listen to it.
Tim McGraw is cool. What's her name? The lady. Her name starts with the S.
Gloria Tuckett.
There's a few of them. There's a few of them that God listened to.
He appreciates the tunes. Might not remember the exact artist list, but he likes to bump to it.
What rapper you like right now?
He's saying it's part of his repertoire.
Yeah, what it is like
repertoire.
I've been in environments where I didn't have no control over my situation, so I had to kind of adapt to that. So after I got out of that situation where I didn't have to adapt anymore and I could just be myself, I learned to just accept and be open-minded and not so much closed-minded and just, listen to it. It sounds good. Listen what they're talking about. Like, damn, that shit's crazy. It's not for me. I'm not going to bump that shit every day, but it's good music. Like, I can understand. I could feel, I listen to it. Like, because I understand that beat, somebody put their emotions into making that shit. Right. And then the lyrics, somebody put their emotions into that. And then somebody else put emotions into mixing it and mastering it.
Sure.
So there's a lot of emotion in it.
Facts.
So I listen to all that shit.
Teach these devils.
No, I'm talking to this Fashion Nova model, and I'm like, I'll be listening to all this shit, and I listen to details. I study shit all the way to the, past, the ancient Egyptians, because you understand that the ancient Egyptians say that they
had solar power, dog.
That, and there was information that the Egyptians said that they did not know where those pyramids that these scientists say that they built came from. So the Egyptians are saying that the pyramids of Giza, they were copying that. They don't know who built that. You can look it up.
Mic drop.
But I study stuff all the way to that, right? So I'm listening to this song that Drake's singing, and he's like, I rode around town with my man Oliver North. Does anybody know who Oliver North is?
Absolutely.
Yes.
You of all people.
Yes.
Know Oliver North.
Does anybody know where Oliver North sits at right now?
Oh, I don't know.
Senate, right?
No, Oliver North is the head of the IRA. He's the head of the Gun Association.
Wow, that's pretty wild.
But
I forgot about that.
But before the Gun Association, before being the head of the Gun Association, he was the...
Shout out to NRA.
Yeah. Give us some more guns. Shout out to the Escobars for making a flamethrower that the Musks stole.
Hey, did you see Pablo Escobar is pushing this tablet, the foldable tablet,
foldable phone.
His little brother. He calls it the Escobar phone.
It's called the Escobar Flip. Fold phone.
Yeah, the fold. Escobar fold. He got these naked chicks like grinding on it in the ad.
Yeah.
And then he said he's suing Tim Cook and Apple as soon as they released their foldable phone because he stole the design from.
Yeah. So them. What happened was. If you go online right now, you can look it up. There's an Escobar tour, and it's been going on for years. Since Pablo's been dead, they've been doing an Escobar tour. You can go to Colombia and view Pablo's villas. You can view the city that Pablo runs, still dead. You can go there. People like my boy actually views, like he monitors who gets to go or whatnot. But when you go on that tour, they explain what their family is doing. They show the people, like, this is what the Escobars are doing. You know, we just took advantage of, you know, they take this tour to explain what the Escobar family was trying to accomplish with that cocaine that their government sold.
Okay.
They were just government. They were like a family in the government that, you know, they had a position for the government, and they just took what they did and ran with it. You know, there's other families that are in Colombia that run and they do shit similar to the Escobars, but they weren't the Escobars. You know,
so the Escobars, were they like the Combses back then?
Yeah, you would say that, and you could say like they were like, you know, they were like the superstars of Colombia. They were like, you know, Jay-Z and Beyonce, except for, you know, everybody in Colombia sell dope. You know, if you want to sell dope in Colombia, you want to own a fucking field in Colombia, you want that.
Right.
Colombia has very little, you know, product coming out of it. So the government allowed coke to go out. It's a part of the government.
Right.
Sell it to the Mexicans.
Fuck.
Sell it to the Mexican cartel.
And we could get into this and get into so many more topics. We'll definitely have to have you jump back up on, you know, because we'll be doing these shows on a weekly basis and stuff.
Yeah.
And we hope that you have a great holiday.
Thank you.
And give a shout out to your dad. Tell him that we wish him the best.
Appreciate it. I let him know when I go to this party.
Oh, yeah, no, tell him that I said hello. I won't come back on. I'll come back on for sure.
Yeah.
And let us catch up on what he's been doing on it. He came on about 2 years ago, so it's been a bit.
Yeah, so we have 4 strains. Like I said, I do business development, product development. So I'm talking to a few people, you know, seeing what they willing to do, and I have a few cultivators that I've been talking to. You know, we got my dad's talking to his own people as well. Being his son, I have, you know, the rights and all that stuff to the story. Obviously, what he puts out, I'm gonna put out something different to add to it. But I have rights to it. There are people with rights, you know, but it's my story as well. So can't nobody tell me that I can't put out
you
my
can flex
story.
your muscles as well.
You feel me? So,
yeah.
And I know.
So from your point of view.
Exactly. And I know how to get people out of the way.
So basically.
So don't even think
this will wrap Superbad Inc. presents Coffee Pot. And we'll be back next week once again.
Peace and blessings.
Bye.
You're listening to Hayes Radio Network, Cannabis Lifestyle Radio.